possible tectonic activity detected on the moon. So let's jump into the video to see this assumption that the moon is long dead. Before we begin, we publish good content videos every day. If you're not subscribed to the channel, just tap the subscribe button below and don't forget to like this video never or you will be in trouble. Tectonic activity has been detected on the moon by researchers who have discovered a system of moving ridges topped with boulders on its near side. It appears that the moon may still creaking and cracking potentially in the present day, and we can see the evidence on these ridges, explained Professor Skulls, who co-authored a study published in the journal Geology. The strange bare spots suggest an active tectonic process. The majority of the moon's surface is covered by something called regolith, the powdery dust of rocks created by constant meteorite impacts. Because the moon has no atmosphere to speak of, the rocks and orbiting debris crash right into its surface and blow apart. There are few spaces on the lunar surface which aren't covered by regolith, but some seemingly new spots have recently been discovered. Regolith is powdery dust covering the moon's surface. Adamos Valentinos, a graduate student at the University of Bern who was a visiting scholar at Brown, used data gathered by NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to spot these strange bare spots. Exposed blocks on the surface have a relatively short lifetime because the regolith buildup is happening constantly, Mr. Skulls said. Just as concrete-covered cities on the Earth retain more heat than the countryside, exposed bedrock and blocky surfaces on the moon stays warmer through the lunar night than regolith-covered surfaces, the researchers said. So, using a tool on the LRO to measure the surface temperatures, Mr. Valentinos was able to discover more than 500 patches of the exposed bedrock on narrow ridges following a pattern across the near side of the moon. Such ridges have been discovered before, but they were on the edges of the very ancient lava-filled impact basins. The new study found that these ridges are actually related to a mysterious system of tectonic features, ridges and faults unrelated to the lava-filled basins. Back in 2014, NASA's Grail mission discovered a network of ancient cracks in the moon's crust, which became channels for magma from the moon's core to flow to the surface. This network lined up almost perfectly in the blocky ridges. So, the ridges, according to these scientists, are ancient magma flows which are still heaving upwards, breaking the surface and draining the regolith into cracks and voids, leaving the blocks exposed. Because bare spots on the moon get covered over fairly quickly, this cracking must be quite recent, possibly even ongoing today, they say. But what is causing this? According to the scientists, the tectonic movements may actually have begun billions of years ago with a giant impact on the far side of the moon. Professor Skulls had previously proposed such an impact had formed the 1,500-mile South Pole Aitken Basin and shattered the interior on the opposite side of the moon, the side facing the Earth. Magma from the core then filled these cracks and controlled the pattern detected in the Grail mission. The blocky ridges comprising this network now trace the continuing adjustments along these ancient weaknesses. This looks like the ridges responded to something that happened 4.3 billion years ago. Professor Skull said the giant impacts have long-lasting effects. The moon has a long memory. What we are seeing on the surface today is testimony to its long memory, and secret it still holds. So, I think you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to click the like button below this video and subscribe to the channel.